Imagine someone could make you agree to something without lying to you, without threatening you, without even asking for what they actually wanted. Sounds impossible, but it happens every single day. Not because people are weak, because the human brain has one flaw almost nobody notices. And once that flaw is triggered, saying no becomes surprisingly difficult. The disturbing part? You've probably experienced it today without realizing it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll notice a pattern that's been hiding in plain sight your entire life. Here's the strange part. The biggest decisions you make almost never begin with a big decision. They begin with something so small, your brain doesn't even bother questioning it. Think back to the last time you bought something you never planned to buy. Maybe it was online. Maybe it was at the grocery store. Maybe it was just one click that somehow became $500. You probably think, I made that decision. But did you? Or was that decision already being built long before you noticed it? A finger taps accept. A shopping cart fills. Someone signs a document. A stranger smiles. A phone scrolls endlessly. Different moments, same invisible pattern. Your brain likes to believe it makes one big decision. Reality is much stranger. It builds that decision, one tiny brick at a time, and every brick makes the next one feel more natural. Most people spend their entire lives noticing the final decision. Very few ever notice who laid the first brick. Because here's something almost nobody talks about. The first request is rarely the real request. Let me show you. Imagine a stranger walks up to you. Excuse me, can you hold this for just a second? Seems harmless. You say yes. A minute later, actually, can you watch it while I grab something? Still reasonable. Then, would you mind waiting another 5 minutes? By now, walking away feels awkward. Not because you're trapped, because something inside your own mind changed. But what changed? We'll come back to that. Because this same pattern controls far more than small favors. It shapes purchases, relationships, careers, even the beliefs people are willing to defend. Here's where it gets unsettling. You think manipulation starts when someone asks for something big. It doesn't. It starts before you even realize you're making a decision. Let's try a simple experiment. Don't overthink it. Answer in your head. If I asked, can you answer one quick question? Most people would say yes. Now, what if I asked another? Still yes. What about one more? Probably. Nothing feels unusual. Each request is tiny, almost invisible. But now imagine I ask for 5 minutes of your time. Suddenly, it doesn't feel like a completely new request. It feels like a continuation. Your brain has quietly crossed an invisible line, and that's exactly what makes this psychological pattern so powerful. Not because it forces you, because it makes the next step feel like it was your own idea. The scary part? Businesses know this. Apps know this. Salespeople know this. Negotiators know this. Some of the most persuasive people in the world understand something most of us never notice. People almost never reject the 10th step if they willingly accepted the first 9. But this raises a much bigger question. If tiny decisions can quietly change your behavior, what else can they change? Could they influence who you trust? Who you fall in love with? Even the version of yourself you eventually become? The answer is much darker than you think. Because the next principle doesn't just explain why people say yes. It explains why intelligent people can slowly become someone they never imagined they'd be. And once you see it, you'll start noticing.